Greeting from Bandung, Indonesia. Now 8:30 p.m. in our time. As the governor of West Java, currently I'm responsible to 50 million people as the size of South Korea. I'm now managing 27 cities. So in terms of urban mobility, I have to tackle the intercity urban mobility and interregion also mobility within this COVID-19 issues. Indonesia today, we have around 2,900 confirmed COVID-19. West Java itself, my province, is around 366 confirmed positive COVIDs. Within 366, we have 3 mayors out of 27 cities confirmed positives. So this is a very difficult time for everybody, especially the leaders like me, because we have to make good and right decisions in very difficult and dynamic time. Currently, every day, I'm facing 3 issues. Number one is the issue of patient care problems, also tracking the viruses. We try to expand our testing capabilities. Second issues every day in West Java, we try to educate people. This is the most difficult task about the physical distancing or social distancing. And third issues will be coming very soon is the economic impact and how we are prepared to mitigate this economic impact. I think today in West Java, we are applying the social and physical distancing regulation in all cities. But we will have in the next couple of days to have a lockdown in 5 cities in what we call red zones, closer to the capital of Jakarta, because as you may know, the capital of Indonesia is Jakarta and the West Java is neighboring province to Jakarta. So we have 5 cities of West Java circling the Jakarta and creating an issue of cluster of COVID-19. And as the result of going to lockdown and also implementing the social and physical distancing, we are and people are forced to adjust the lifestyle. People are forced to stay at home, less mobile. We are campaigning for work from home, but unfortunately, as a developing countries, not all type of jobs can be done at home. Only 60% effectively doing work from home. So I'm facing the issue of 40% of middle to low income with informal sectors with daily income. They have a different problem and different issues. Therefore, our policy in the urban mobility is number one, we are trying to limit the people mobility. Only essential mobility is allowed, especially in logistic, healthcare mobility, energy mobility, and other essential activities that important to the life of the cities. Second, as a Muslim countries, we have some issue of the homecoming movement during the next Ramadan. And this is really worrisome because last year, the homecoming mobility is around 2.8 million people traveling from Jakarta, returning to villages and cities in West Java. And this will becoming the carrier of potential of the COVID-19 viruses. Therefore, we creating a policy to have a disincentive mobility. It means if you are insist to travel from Jakarta, the red zone, to my province, you are becoming the suspect status, and by having the suspect status, you are mandatory to have self-quarantine for 14 days. So this is another way to disincentive the movement of people from the red zone to the non-red zone. And also, we are making sure the delivery goods are still in effect using the online transportations. We will have also the policy starting next 2 weeks. The 40% that cannot doing the work from home, we will give a social safety funds. My province preparing 200 million US dollars to give 4 months subsidies to the 40% low income in a form of 1/3 cash and 2/3 food supplies. So this 40%, we divided the responsibility by the government. The first 20% will be subsidized by central government, and from 25% to 40% will be subsidized by us as a provincial government. This is to make sure once you have the stop of mobility, the 40% low income, they cannot have a mobility, so they get affected by their income. So we created social safety funds to help them. To conclude, I think the issue for us, number one priority is safety. Number two, we need to prepare for the worst. The most difficult thing is to educate our people. So we are hoping if everybody discipline, following the government regulation, we are hoping to see the end of this pandemic by the end of June. But if not, then we will have a longer period of pandemic in Indonesia. And this virus pandemic also, in my opinion, has boosted significantly the digitalization of many things, including the digitalization of education, business, work, and also transportations. People today are less travel. People meet through online platform like us today, which means they don't need to travel and do their business. And now it's very common, everything we are doing, maximizing the online platform in West Java. So I'm hoping the 50 million people in West Java now can adjust the new lifestyle of less travel, but still doing the positive and productive activities within this difficult time. And indeed, the virus of COVID-19 will and has changed our life and lifestyle. So I think that's the reports and the update from West Java, Indonesia. And to the moderator, since I have another urgent meeting, I think after this I have to excuse myself, apology from us. And hopefully we can contribute more what we can do to the world. Indonesia also is producing many people protection equipment because we have so many industry in West Java. So hopefully, if we finish in our needs, I can also help other country, other cities around the world from the product of West Java in the form of PPE that helps to fight the COVID-19. Thank you and regards from West Java.